Hey guys, Abby K here, and I just had to pop in and do a video. I am so excited. I just got back from Staples and I gotta show you what I did. So I had printed my planner for the year and I decided to take it in and get them spiral bound, which I love. So much easier to use than a 3-ring binder. You can flip it around on itself and carry it around a lot easier. I love that I was able to pick the vinyl back, the clear cover, and the woman there at Staples where I had this done was super helpful. She made sure to use spirals that were just a little bit bigger, a couple sizes bigger than what is suggested for the number of pages. It gives you a little more room for flipping around. So let me show you what's inside. I'll start with mine here. So a lot of these pages will be very similar to what I have used in the past in my mom binder. So if you want to check that video out, or if you have watched that video before, you'll recognize a lot of this. I like to print my own planner. I just made all these pages up in Google Docs, super easy, because I like to have things the way that work for me. I'm not a super planner, so a lot of, in fact, all of the planners that I have looked at, and I've looked at a lot, just have way more than I'm ever going to use. I don't need daily plans. I don't need attendance trackers, goal setting. I don't plan my curriculum. I don't use this kind of planner for curriculum shopping or for planning for the next school year. By the time I need a planner, I've already got our curriculum set. So a lot of the pages go to waste, and then it gets kind of overwhelming to have all of that you're just really not using. It makes me less likely to actually open it up and use it. So I found the best way for me is to just create my own, and I thought I'd show you how I did it. So I start with a cover page. And then it goes into the list of homeschool resources. This is just an as of the date of printing, this is what we're using. This will probably change. I can cross things off, change things around. Nothing is set in stone, but it gives me a starting point. And then I have a year at a glance. And then a weekly tracker. Now, my state does not have any requirements for reporting or meeting certain number of hours or days. This is just for my own sake. I like to shoot for 18 weeks before we break for Christmas and 18 weeks before we break for summer. A week doesn't have to be a full 5-day week. It's just, did we do school that week? Awesome, write it down, check it off. Read alouds and field trip activity log. And then we have my daily routine. This is really loose. You'll also notice that there are no times here. This is a routine. This is a do the next thing. Whether we get up in the morning at 7 or 9, whether we have lunch at 11:30 or 1, it doesn't change. We're never behind. We can always just do the next thing. This is a quick overview of what I would like our weeks to look like. Again, nothing set in stone. Things change, things come up, but it's a good reference to come back to this. I have it organized by day and by subject. Okay, now we get into my actual weekly planning pages. I like to have a nice big note section. This is where I can write things down. You know, you're sitting there in your homeschool day, you're in between helping one child or another, something comes up, phone call, you need to write down appointment times. I just like to have a note space with my weekly planner. You'll notice there's no dates here. I can write week 1, week 17, whatever it is, and the dates under the days of the week. I've color-coded each subject or resource for whether it's family, green here, or a color for each of my children. And then I can do a combination of somewhat planning and reverse scheduling, actually, where we can write down, or I can write down what we actually did that day. I can write down what lesson in Apologia my 8-year-old did. I can write down what lesson in music theory my 13-year-old did. I can keep track that way. Again, it's purely for my sake, just keeping things on track, seeing how we're doing. I don't need to use this to create a portfolio. I don't have any state reporting. And that is about it for my planner. I printed off, I think, 38 of these pages just to give myself a couple of extra spares, because you never know when you're gonna need a do-over. And then the very last thing in my planner is just a quick at-a-glance look at the resources that I would like to actually complete in 1 year, or at least that's my goal. Most of our resources and subjects can just roll over to the next year. We can stop wherever we're at and just pick up again. But these are the few that I would like to get done, or at least mostly done, in this school year. So I split it in half. For example, Elements of Faith has 36 weeks, so 18 and 36. If we get close to this, if I can cross off almost all or all of these 18 weeks in our Elements of Faith before we break for Christmas, awesome. If we can't, then it means I need to reevaluate how we're doing. And that is it for my planner. I love how simple it is, how personalized it is, and it just meets my needs. And it was really easy to do. If you'd like any tips or advice, again, all of this was done in Google Docs with just my regular color printer. So now I'll show you the planner I did for my 13-year-old. She will be in 8th grade next year. And so I kind of took inspiration from some of the things that I had done with my planner and just made it work as a student planner for her. She has monthly calendar pages. You'll notice one thing I should mention, why I don't have monthly calendar pages in my planner. Let's go back to that real quick because I'd like to explain this. So I have a year at a glance, right? And then I have my undated weekly planner. That is all I need in this for our homeschool. Our family calendar, we have a big calendar whiteboard up in our kitchen where we write down all of our activities. My husband and I share a calendar app on our phones. That's all we need. I find that if I have too many calendars, something's going to get missed. So I don't need a monthly or daily calendar in my homeschool planner because that is all taken care of somewhere else. Having too many calendars gets redundant, and like I said, things get missed. So, okay, back to my daughter's. So she does have monthly calendar pages because that's what she will use. And then we get into her extracurricular activity tracker. She participates in American Heritage Girls, Civil Air Patrol, Church Youth Group, and then between those three, there's usually a lot of service projects, which she counts hours for. She gets credit for her Civil Air Patrol and American Heritage Girls for service projects, and also it's good practice because I will start counting that for her transcripts starting with high school. So first semester, second semester for that. This is her weekly routine. So she has each subject and then broken down to a good overview, a rough idea of what she would need to do each day. And then straight into her weekly planning pages. So again, no dates. I can put what week number it is. We can put the dates under the days of the week. We can write down either what I want her to do, or she can write down what she did do, and then I can check it off as I grade it. As an extra incentive, I'm going to give her a score, weekly completion score, so those 5 days in a week. We can shoot for getting a score of 5 out of 5, meaning she did 5 full days of school that week, and we'll work towards a goal, whether it's a special activity, a gift. We'll come up with maybe monthly or semester goals for this and rewards. It's going to help her give her a little more autonomy and incentive to do her work without mom, micromanaging. Space for notes. And that is it. Again, I think I printed 38 of these pages for her. And I just really love how straightforward, simple this is. It's clean, yet somewhat pretty. Now, a lot of the inspiration I've gotten is from people like Sarah Mackenzie, Pam Barnhill, with Plan Your Year. I've learned a lot on how to do planning that is actually doable and effective. So if you want to check out, they both have wonderful podcasts and blog posts and Facebook groups that have a lot of information on how to set up real practical planning tips. Space for notes and back cover. That is it, guys. I am so happy with how these turned out, and I cannot wait to put them into use. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.